I'm so proud to stand here and to talk to you as the first chairman of the Berkeley Middle East Investors Club. The history of this club is actually going back to the Berkeley Middle East Investment Forum, which since decades already was a vehicle to organize and implement some different investments all over the planet. It was an enormous success, and we have been approached by many different countries and individuals. So the vision of the club is clear. We want to bring all those elements, all those factors together, which are important to have a successful investment business. That's, of course, on one hand, the investors, the one who has the money, who has is even happy to invest money somewhere. And on the other side, an investee, someone who needs the money and can show attractive projects to invest in. And in between these two ends are a lot of specialists needed to make it a successful project. We need those professionals who are here to implement. We have the advisors who know exactly what is needed in different countries in order to have a successful implementation. We have organized a lot of expert committees who can, in different directions of the industry, be it in agriculture, be it in mining, be it in infrastructure, be it in even hospitality or healthcare, who come along with a huge and long expertise in this environment, who can advise what to do that is going to be a successful.
We have created this club based on a need that a lot of projects were finding investments, and a lot of investors are finding for projects. I feel there's no appropriate platform which is creating a link between an investor and a project with special focus on alternative investments. That's why we pool the experts of investment industry, and we pull up investors who are categorized as millionaire, billionaire, and some are huge size, some are small size investors, and we create a community in the shape of this investment club. This club focuses on bringing value in investment industry. Our focus is always to help the governments and the private organizations to raise capital, to secure some projects and deliver a better value to the investment industry.
An important part of a club, of course, is as well the member. Therefore, we have different levels of memberships. We have the billionaire, millionaire memberships, which is actually reserved for those high-level individuals who are actually typically those who come to have a look where to invest, who are interested in lucrative and alternative investments. We have as well the professional memberships, professional and SME memberships. These are more those members who are actually here then to find some assignments, to help to implement, who have already experience in these regions where the investment should be done, and who can help on the spot to implement these projects. And then, last but not least, very important, we have as well the diplomat members, because we would like to have all those government bodies on board as well. These are the people who can grant environment in their nations, in their homes, where this investment can be implemented fruitfully. So we are here to make the world a better place. We are here to help wherever needed to do the necessary investments to have the local people living on a better level, living a better life. And we do that with our very strongly defined values like integrity, professionalism, credibility, accountability, and ethical behavior. I hope to see you somewhere in our club, even probably maybe sometime as a member. Thank you.
Greetings from Berkeley, me, and I welcome you in this amazing show, a series of shows who focuses on women and women development and women leadership. And today we have a very interesting theme about World Women Leader together with us. So we always choose a set of women who is really successful, and in the process of being success, they will be successful after some time. And there are some youth which is eager to be successful in the future. So all these three combinations in our shows makes our audience enlighten about different aspects of leadership, business entrepreneurship, and how we can do better and better for the women. So before I will start, I want to thank few people and few the team who organized this, the Berkeley Me Investor Club, was always kind to support us in terms of women development, women leadership, and preparing women for the future. I want to thank Khalud Shaban. I want to thank the Imtiaz, who is taking the technical part, and some other hidden faces which you never see, but they are really, really important. So I can call them as a team at Berkeley Middle East Holding and Berkeley Global in UK and USA and in Canada. So today is a very interesting day, and I wish you will have a great value out of this show as usual. And we get a lot of good response from every event, and a lot of people approach us giving their feedback. So this process should continue, so we can also improve our feedback through your feedbacks and get valuable suggestions from you. So today we have interesting speakers lineup. They are very enthusiastic, seasonable, and leaders, and amazing to watch and listen and learn from them. When I saw their profiles, they are really, really cool and good. So before I start, I just want to highlight that. I mean, it's my views that the life is too short. We have 60, 90 years. Some spent in childhood, some in the old life. So the active life that we have is really not more than 30, 40 years. In that, we have to do a 9 to 5 job. We have to run the show. We have to be a good brother, good father, good husband, same like a mother. A girl has to be a mother, a sister, a daughter. So we have a lot of relations, we have a lot of works to do. So it's really important that each and every moment of the life should be spent in a very productive way. We try to give value to the society. If we only live for our goals, that we get a better education and we get better health care, and just we, this is, I feel, it's my personal feeling that it is not a right approach. The approach should be and we means me and you, the whole world. We have to think about poor. We have to think about those people who couldn't get this education, who couldn't get the food, who couldn't get the quality of life. They went into a mental health issue because they couldn't achieve what they dreamed for. So we have to strive for a better world in which people have opportunities, they have access to a quality of life. And there it comes, the Berkeley Me and Musa Sheikh Women Foundation, the voice of the global women. We bring all the global women together on this platform, who at least start with a conversation, and these conversation will translate into meaningful projects which are helping across the globe to the women to raise their voice, changing their mindset, bringing them into a leadership role, and developing them as a future leader. If you see the statistics, you can also see that the ratio of men and women is distorting. There are more women and there are equal or less men in depending on which country you are focusing at. But in general, the population of a woman is increasing, so it's a time that we should prepare. I guess that 100,000 years before, people used to keep the woman in the home. That may be a purpose, but now because the woman um, need to feed herself, her parents, they don't have some, they don't have the distortion. As I told you, women life is demands that they should get education, healthcare. They come out, they have job opportunities. And the most important is they are protected when they come on the road, when they need to access the justice. So they all have available in doorstep. In this, we have a global audience, and um, being living in different countries, I always tell people that the United Arab Emirates is a country where women is the safest, the most progressive. They have equal opportunities to work, and this is the role model that the whole world need to see, that how to protect the women, how to give them respect, how to give them equal opportunities. So the leadership, his excellency Mohammed bin Zayed, and the country as a whole is really amazing, phenomenal. If any man who is in governance, who is in leadership, who is in governments, and they are in a capacity, I would suggest them to please follow the models in UAE that is, they have been demonstrated with so successful way, and with simple copy paste of these models, you can bring women at the top in your country. So our main objective is we're focusing a woman should not be a curse. It should be always blessing. So, unfortunately, even into 2021, I'm really sad to express that there are countries where parents, if they know that there is a baby girl in their tummy, so they abort it. So, and this is really alarming and serious that in spite of this scientific age and full knowledge where everything is in Google, laptop, computers, people are still doing that shameful act. So we want that woman, when it comes, parents feel that she's not a burden, she is a blessing. So how we will make it that if we give her a constitutional right, a right, constitutional and administrative right, that once a baby girl comes in the world, she will be assigned a free school, college, university. That is the job of a man based governments, that they make this possible. If they can spend on bridges or dams and infrastructure, why can't they spend on human development? Because human development is actually the one is who is going to create a massive impact in the community, in the world, you know. So we always talk about getting a free education, free healthcare. Healthcare is really important. Some countries, developing countries, is our focus. We saw that women is not having access. They have dirty water. They have unhygiene life, and this is causing them dying before the normal age of a hygienic country or a place. And of course, justice is really important. We have some innovative solutions through which we want that a woman should get a justice at the doorstep. They don't need to go through the courts and the police station. No, a woman is a VIP person. She should be dealt with care and respect, and the doorstep, like where she live, the authorities should go and contact them with respect, and they should not strive for justice. They should not pay to any lawyer and anything. That is the ultimate objective that we want, um, which will bring a real change in the women life. And the most important is we saw that in some developing countries, if you see their cabinets, if you see their ministers, I mean, hardly you will see a woman. And a very shameful thing is that they don't let women come in the main leadership. they just keep some special seats for the women. That okay, these are special seats. Sit here, women, and just they label themselves as a very democratic, and this way this is extremely not a good idea. We should bring the women in parliament. We have to grow them as leaders. As in every countries, we are saying that some countries are really good. They have equal gender or similar gender and more popularity in terms, more propositions in terms of women in the board. So these are all our objectives, and what projects we are focusing on are very interesting to share. So in this COVID, we learned that stay home, stay safe. So means that and the life need to go on. So we focus on online education. So British education blended with the cultural aspects. We are working on online schools for which can go in those areas where there is no, you can say, schools, there is no facilities. So only through a tablet or a laptop we can get these kind of better education, the world-class education. So when this poorest class of the world, the most hungry people, when they get education and when they will enter in the stream of economy, you cannot imagine how passionate they will be to bring change, to bring education and healthcare, because these are the people who are the real sufferers. So we are working on online education across the globe for developing countries, and soon you will keep getting the updates on daily basis about these projects. And we felt that technology is the future. Maybe 20 years before, there were some oil-based companies and other companies, other sectors. They were more in billion or trillions, and they were the highest one. Last 10 years, all IT companies like Microsoft, Google, Oracle, they are on the top. And so means that we need to build women in information technology. And this is a proven science that woman is very good in aesthetics and designing, creativity, innovation. So we are focusing on technology parks for women. Women should come up in and show up and her thoughts through media. Media is a power. Maybe 20 years before, people used to study the books. Now we learn from PDF, we learn from movies, we learn from the videos. They are more effective and fast and quick way of learning. So this way, if we see, we need to bring women in films and media, so they can actually present. I mean, now we are seeing that women's sound is nowhere actually. Someone is raising a sound on behalf of a woman, but we need to give the empowerment and delegate the women powers on women. That's the really ultimate goal of our organization. And of course, we have incubation centers, and where a young woman can go and can share the business idea, and they get the free consultant, tax planning, finances, business plan, all at one doorstep. So at least one major country could have this one in a country. So where we can have, because it's a global world, if you are a good, successful startup and a business idea, this will go to the whole world. So everything is global. So building someone is actually building as yourself. So this is how it works. And with this, there are a lot of things to share, and of course we will keep sharing in our series of discussions on women events. And so let's see who is the first speaker of the day. His Excellency, thanks for joining us.
Hello, Your Excellency. Greeting from Dubai, and I am happy again to be with you. As always, Barclay and yourself, Your Excellency, is making the world better with all what you present to the humanity. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your kind words. And you are you're a leader in UAE, and you are doing impressive things. I see you on LinkedIn. I see
Thank
you on
you.
TV. I see you on Facebook. I see you on Instagram. I see you everywhere talking about women, motivation, leadership, and amazing things which the global audience follow you. And this is an amazing contribution to the women. I want to salute for this. And my first question for the day is that how you think that woman as a business leader, what we need to do to make her a business leader. Just please share your thoughts and experience with our global audience.
So today, if we are talking about the business, first we have to be having a knowledge. Each woman want to start a business has to be fit of that business, and she have to work on her skill and knowledge. If she is not ready for it, she don't have to go for it. She need a team, and she need a strategy. She need people around her. Even she can start a business alone, she need always great team for any activity or business in strong way. She have to start her project with visibility study, vision, mission, goal, and fix her goal and make her team her strategy for the growth of that business. Because the success, it's not easy to make it by yourself. So as you are making today, you are motivation also all the women to be in a business, and you are helping them, empowering them, and guiding them. Even we are having a high knowledge about business, we have to start from somewhere. We did not born businessmen and businesswomen, so we have to learn. We have to have a strategy for that. I think so.
That's amazing. I guess being working business in four countries, Canada, America, UK, UAE, Saudi Arabia, I feel that this is the ultimate conclusion of someone to be a businesswoman, because not every woman is a businesswoman.
Exactly.
Same like every man is not a businessman. We need to identify that this woman has what kind of capabilities.
Caliber and
And
capability.
yes, the
Yes.
caliber, yeah. And you rightly said this thing. And so I want you to please share your um, personal story of motivation. You have a lot of motivation in yourself. At which point of time you felt that you are a businesswoman, and you will come in the business, and please share this thing with us.
First, it's not easy to enter the zone of risk because we are always women in comfort zone, and we have shoulder as a man or brother or father who's taking care of us. When we finish the university, we open, we say, I want to make a business. Which kind of business? Are you ready for it? And my father tell me, well, what do you want to do? I say, I want to be leader. Just to be leader like that. I mean, I want to make a business not to make money. I just want to be leader, to be bossy, that I have my team. And my father advised me first, see what you love, which zone you are comfortable to work, with whom you're going to work, and how you're going to process that a business. That's mean always I have a shoulder, which is a man on behind me, wherever it's my husband, wherever it's my son, wherever it's. So to go to the business, you can do it alone, but sometimes you need a partnership on that business. Sometimes you do it alone. If it's just SMEs like hairdresser or a small cafeteria, restaurant, or those fashion show, it's easy to make it by yourself. Because for me, if you choose a wrong partnership, it's like a marriage. In the end, it will end by divorce. So always when I launch myself in a business, I find myself not in tourism, not in petroleum. I did all this. Even I sell cars sometimes. And I see myself, no, where I am in adding value to the people because I want to learn. When I learn that knowledge, I have to share it with others. When I see myself, I have to be in networking and in communication, education, and also in empowering others. So my life, it will be not beautiful without we. So that's why I built my team and I did Business Gate, which is a services for businessmen and businesswomen, entered that umbrella. We did the charity to help young entrepreneur, young youth, and young women as SMEs, how to grow them business, how that vision to give them that impact and that governance to go more far and far. Because the sustainable business can make you happy only if you succeed on it and you share that knowledge with others. And I don't mind to learn tomorrow and after tomorrow, especially in COVID with digitalization, because everything has become digital, even the tourism, even the healthcare, even now we are in digital world. So I think the digital business, it's make our life easy. Even he remove from that social impact, that humanity side that we see face to face, or emotional side. So today we have to process and open all the door for business, no matter which kind of business, but that business you love, like yourself, Berkeley. Now you love and you succeed with what you are doing. Your team is great, and I'm happy that we're networking through this platform, because this platform is not only helping women and helping SMEs and helping in education, it's also rotating and regenerating somehow a governance of business, because in the end it will end to some monetizing this rotation to get a benefit. So I say thank you, Berkeley, because you're giving us the idea.
That's amazing. Your appreciation really matters for us, and it's really you are very precise in saying these things. And I'm sure that I and people like me who is into business are 100% agree to your conclusions. And I'm sure that together we can make a lot of difference for the women. You have a space,
Exactly.
you have office facilities, you can arrange their legal licenses, you can be a local partner, and we also can help them to connect with different women and help them to grow their businesses. This is what we are doing since years, and this service is free of cost for them, so they feel that there is someone outside in the market who is giving them a ready-made solution. And when we start the Berkeley School of Management, and we offer the training courses, we did free trainings for women entrepreneurship, and each time we gather 60, 70 women who
Fantastic.
actually doing jobs or they are in university and they want to change their career as a self-employed and a businesswoman. And I feel that there is a lot of spark in residents and nationals of UAE. They are aligned with the growth, the feel that Dubai is giving an ultimate growth, which you can't see in any other part of the world.
Exactly. So I want to announce something, that Business Gate and Sapphire Corporate is ready to collaborate with your gate of empowerment in a business, and my door is open to you in Dubai non-stop anytime you want. I launch a project for 1 million women and 1 million youth empowerment in Sierra Leone, and I talk to them about your platform. If you are ready really to collaborate in empowering women in Sierra Leone and the young youth SMEs also, we are ready to sign with you the protocol. This is an announcement of the and
That's
also
amazing.
if there is anyone want to build a business here and want to see the niche market, want to grow his business and gateway with others, local partner here, we're ready to facilitate that for you.
And that's so generous and kind offer of
Thank
you.
you.
And I feel the day when our hearts are combined and our businesses are aligned, and we will work together for a better woman
Good.
development in the future. My next question from you is that can a woman do a business alone, or what you think that a woman that we usually feel need a lot of support from outside. So, can a woman do business alone?
I say always women are strong. She can do the business by herself for sure. But the problem is if she do it and she's scared to take a risk, better to have some advisors, some good people who make strategy for her and give her guidance. But women always strong. She know what she want and she fix her objective as she's a leader in her home and she's doing a doctor, a lawyer, advisor, a mama, a sister. She's doing always that. But I say always, no I, no me. And we have to take in the end the risk because things can be going wrong, but she try. She try at least. Women can succeed in a business, especially those small business, and she can succeed in the big the big business in case if she has big cash.
That's amazing. I guess you're right that women is really sparked, potential, and having capabilities. They have caring nature, so whenever they do something, they give a due care to their work. And how important is the support of a man in a woman life? Can you please highlight few
Wow.
points?
The man always supporting women and women always supporting men because for if we talk about gender equality, there is no gender equality in a family. A father always take care like a daughter, like a son, and also in UAE government, the first minister of happiness, it's it's a woman, and the minister of Expo. Can you imagine Expo, Dubai Expo? How big this summit will be? So it's a woman. It's none anymore the differences, but I think to support her, we go to the side visible and invisible. There is a visible side, is emotional side. We have to take care of her because woman is more emotional, and visible is pushing her to take action, to also make a decision, to open the door, to motivate her, to let her have that impact and process and go for it. Tell her that you can do this and let her feel always she's strong, she have capability, and she is. Women today they reach to the moon. Women today they are president. Women today they are minister and um, vice minister, astronaut. So I don't think so we have now that problem for women or men, even though in certain countries because of that age they are still thinking on X ages. But if we see now we are 2021, the world is changed. With little device, a small button, small app, we can connect to the world. And even though for a business, if you see tourism now is the most digital, even the restaurant we can order by digital. I mean, even transfer money can take minutes to be transferred and millions. The Microsoft and all Amazon, they focus them energy on the business in health because they see that COVID is the regenerated of the money. Same thing. Women, there I know a lot of women, they succeed on these difficulties. They change them life. They make a rotation of them business from home. You know that lockdown teach me a lot of things and give me power and let me succeed. And multi women succeed, and multi of them they depress. But they get out of the box. They step from that circle. And there is great women making great business. Always I say, and that my message to all the women, no more I, no more me. We. Because one person can make small change, but we together we can make a big change and big challenge. It's no anymore time to get a jealousy women's between each other, to fight, to compete, to hate. It's time to collaborate. It's time to lift each other. It's time for positivity. Women has to listen. It's not to her husband, to her brother, to her son, because I learned from the kids he have 12 years because he's better than me in technology. And digital, he is great than me. YouTube now and Mr. Google, he teach everybody a lot of things. And Barclay today, this platform make a lot of women like me and others more beautiful and more useful and more famous. So today, no time to waste. Really, it's time to regenerate a business. You can make business from your home. You can start from your small committee. I know my friend, she say, Laila, I'm boring. What I have to do? I say, come, I will advise you one thing. How many member in your family? She say, we are 20. I said, wow. She said, yes, my husband's sisters, my auntie, we're 20 women. I say, okay, how many abaya they buy a month? She say, oh, a lot. I said, okay, get the tailor, get what they want as model, make abaya, try to make 20 abaya. Try to sell to each one abaya, half of price what they get from the market. She said to me, are you crazy? I say, try and then come back to me. And then now she is fashion designer. She have big store of abaya and she's happy with what she done. And always she say, Laila, it's because of you. You push me to do that. So there is always somewhere where we have to start our business. It has not to be with a big budget, my lady. It has not to be so big and flashy and brandy. We are the one who make the brand. Humanity. We are human being. We are who make the digital market. We are who make stock market. We are we build the business. We are we bring technology, and we are what we make the brand. So be a brand yourself. Help yourself, and don't feel shame to start. One other lady, she cooking from her home, and she making amazing food. And she started with her community. Now she's the biggest catering company in Dubai. So there is always a way to start a business, a women or men. It doesn't make a difference. You are the regenerator and remote of your success. Keep focusing in your success. Thank you.
That's amazing. And when you speak, I always feel that you just keep speaking and we keep listening you. But as you know that the time always limit us to stop. So I will just request you to give your closing remarks for the day.
My closing remark to all the beautiful women in the world. You are a shiny diamond. You can polish just your diamond and decide where you want to shine. No matter whom you are, from where you are, there is always brightness inside you, and you're strong enough. You are a lady. You are a queen. And thank you, Barclay. Thank you to all the team. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, Khulud. Thank you, all our beautiful audience and the backstage people who are making us here brighten. Thank you again, your sister Layla Rahab.
Thank you very much for joining us. And with this, we will move towards the next section of the program. Hi, thanks for joining us today.
Hello, thank you so much for your invitation. I feel so blessed and honored to be here and speak to people about our days, about leadership, about well-being, and its huge impact upon our life.
Pleasure is all mine, and I'm very excited to hear your today conversation about well-being and its impact on women leadership. So please go ahead with your formal introduction and your speech as well.
Thank you so much. I would like to say hello to everyone, and I am so pleased to be here and share from my well-being ideas, because every one of us can be happy if we can achieve and maintain a state of inner well-being. I am a coach for executives and high performers, achievers. For a long time ago, I used to be a businessman in Denmark. I was living there, and I was working an international business environment. But at a moment in my life, a crucial moment in my life, I had an accident and it gives me severe health issue. That's why I had to stop my career as a businessman. It took me some years to recover, and in this time I took a lot of medical treatments, but at the same time I started to work much on my personal development and growth. And at the same time taking schools for coaching and for leadership and personal development and NLP, because I realized how important it is for us as people to update ourselves, because everything is changing around us, but we are tempted to remain the same. So during this learning period, which I think it was the most difficult for me, the most difficult learning period of my life, I could upgrade myself. I could find out things that I didn't know about before, about how we work how we are functioning as people, how our mind is functioning, how important it is to have an emotional intelligence, how important it is to have control upon ourselves. So in this way, I became a coach, and I am very happy for that, because I decided to become a coach and help other people to live successful and have a fulfilling life. Many of us believe that if we have success, it is enough, but it is not enough if we are not fulfilled. And in the last 10 years, since I'm working with people, most of them executives and entrepreneurs and people who want high achievements in their lives, we approach lots of different objectives and topics, from the more simple one like time management and productivity, and up to the whole life as an objective. And of course, we had different approaches depending on everyone's wishes, but something was always in common, and it was this state of inner well-being, because people realized that no matter you achieve from outside, maybe material goods, maybe some position in your company or your society, maybe vacation or luxurious things, if you don't have a state of inner well-being, your life cannot be very easy, because the external things that gives you a state of inner well-being disappear very quick. And especially in crisis period and in period of challenges, we need to access this state of well-being from inside of us. And I've chosen this subject for today because I think it is so relevant, because as leaders, we need to have a strong character, a strong personality, and we have to be quiet inside ourselves. We cannot lead and inspire people if we cannot do that from a place of happiness, a place of well-being from inside of us. I used to say that we are like water. When it is agitated, you cannot see the stones and the sand, at the base of it. But when it is clear, you can see everything, and you can make the right decision, and you can make the best for people, and you can talk with people and talk to people in the best possible way, because you are full of resourcefulness, you are full of ideas, and you can give lots of inspiration. And I think that the most important for you to achieve this state is to be aware upon your thoughts and feelings, because our state of being is created from our thoughts and our feelings. And those two have a big impact upon our action and our results. So that's why in my work with people, I approach always this subject, the state of your inner well-being. In the last year, I focused much upon this subject because, as all of us knows, our world is changing so quick, and there are lots of challenges, and we need to remain quiet. We need to remain vigilant at the same time. We need to manage things from a place of balance inside, from a place of love and kindness. And as leaders, we need to help our people to feel trust and to feel safety and to feel that they can always have support in us. Actually, all of us are leaders. Every mother is a leader, every wife is a leader, every student is a leader, every young person or child can be a leader for the others. So, yeah, we need to support each other, and we need to do that from a place of inner peace and happiness. So I think that it would be a good idea to share with you 4 things that could help you to achieve and maintain your state of inner well-being. And one of the most important is self-awareness. We are using actually in coaching very much self-awareness, because it is very important that you in every moment are aware about your thoughts and your feelings. Because sometimes we are thinking thoughts that cannot help us, cannot empower us, and it is actually the opposite. So we need to be aware of our thoughts and our feelings and see how can we do to change them. I don't want to be misunderstood, because of course we need to see also things which are not so nice around us. We need to also have the thoughts that are not positive all the time. But the most important is to not remain in them, because, as I told you before, the thoughts create our feelings, and our feelings create our state, which create or has huge impact upon our action and our results. So self-awareness, it is one of the things. The second thing is create a positive, strong growth mindset. And it is again to use your focus and direct it toward solution, direct it to positive things, to positive expectation, direct it to something you want to increase, because where we direct our focus, it usually grows. So if you direct your focus on something good, the good will increase. A third thing is authenticity, because you cannot inspire people, you cannot have a state of inner well-being if you act from a state of non-authenticity. And many people tell me, Irina, if I am authentic, I risk to get some people unfriendly. And I say, no, you can always tell things and do things in such a way that you can keep your authenticity, and at the same time make people around you being satisfied and being well. And other thing, the fourth thing, which I think is extremely important, is focus. Focus is determining every moment how your state of being is, because if you are focusing in one way or another, you can get a kind of emotion or another emotion. And we are emotional human beings, and it is so important to focus on things that empower us, that make us better, that make us kinder, that make us more loving. So I do hope I could give you some ideas regarding this state of inner well-being, and I hope you can use them in achieving this state, because I think it is crucial for the leaders in our days. It's crucial to have the state of well-being and act from this state. We can only lead people and inspire people from a state of inner well-being.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I think in the COVID-19, we saw the statistics that the mental health issues has increased tremendously, and the people like you can play a key role in sorting out these issues when people are stuck at home. Outside there is a COVID, and same time the financial situations are distorting, and there's a lot of unsaid things in a woman and a man's mind, which you are an expert to address on. So I have a question like, how important is for everyone to get a mentor and a coach like you, and what role you can play in their professional and personal life to change?
I think it is crucial. And why? Because, there are lots of information. And I used to say, no matter if you have information, if you don't have the wisdom to use it, it doesn't help so much. So I know there is a lot of information, but we need to think that we are unique. We are so different from each other. Despite the thought we are, all of us, we create the world, but every one of us has own experiences, own beliefs, own values, own way to think and act. And that's why, as a coach, you can help the person to become aware of who the person is, first or foremost, and then to work with his mind or her mind, his emotion and her emotion, and see things from another perspective. And I think it is crucial, again, to work with yourself on your personal development and become so quiet and safe inside of you, because people are used to be afraid very quick and become a victim of the condition from outside. And I know we cannot change the conditions from outside of us, but we can change us inside of us. And I can remember so very well when I was sick in many years, actually, I couldn't do so much physically, and it was doesn't matter which material things and I had at that time. The most important for me was to regain my state of inner well-being in order for me to get healthy again. It was crucial. And in our days, in our world with this COVID situation, I think it is a must. And coming back to your question, I think a coach can help people to do that, because when you are working with yourself in this emotional and thoughts mix, you cannot detach from the situation. Someone told me once, if you are in a picture, you cannot see the frame. and it is very true. A coach can take you from the picture in order for you to see the frame and the whole context of life. So you can, in this way, to rearrange the way you think, the way you feel, the way you act, and trust in yourself and the power inside of you. Because every one of us have such a power inside of us. Of course, from our Creator, but we need to trust in ourselves because we can do so much. I don't know if you know this example, a mother who can take a car from her child. So a car who is so heavy, he could just do that because she wanted to save her child. So yes, I think it is very important that every person have a mentor, a coach, someone who can help the person to think in a clear way and to see what it works, what doesn't work, and how the person needs to do in order for the person to move on. And to keep this balance, because life change, the world is changing all the time, and we need to keep the balance inside. When we are in balance, we can do everything. We can go through everything, and we do this alone and with all the other people. But we have a responsibility to become well with ourselves because we are so complex, we are so performative, but we need to take care of us and put to the world everything we can do, and we can do so much alone and together. And when we do that together, it is amazing. We can go through this crisis we are experiencing in the world because we can do that.
You're right, amazing. Like you summarize the things in a very nice way, and it recalled me few things which I studied about subconscious change management and the relationship psychologies, and which affects the human mind. And if we can affect the human mind, we can bring a positivity in their brain, and this positivity will reflect from the personality. And you are right that we are a different person in our life. Maybe every 5 years we change. I noticed that when I was too young, maybe in a junior school, my mom, where she used to say that anyone guest comes in the home, I used to hide, and I don't want to meet anyone. I don't want to go to the relatives. And at a particular time in my life, I meet 1,000 people in a year, and all are front-end interactive discussions, making deals. So the same child behaved in a different way when you put them into a different situation. And it's always, yes, it's very important that you know your deficiency and you work on it to convert them into your power. So once you when you convert your deficiency in your power, you will become a double action person. That's what I actually exercise myself, and I see in the successful people as well.
Yes.
So your talks are really interesting and value added, and I'm sure that it's very delightful to listen you, but time does not permit. So will I request you to do a closing remarks for the day?
Yeah, first and foremost, I would like to thank you so much because you organize such events, and we have possibility to share among us ideas and to help each other and to build a better world. And I would like to tell everyone that it is a good thing to remind ourselves in every moment that first we need to get a state of inner well-being, and then act, then make the call, take the decision, make the discussion, talk to people or talk with people, but first and foremost, become aligned with yourself. And thank you again so much. And it was delightful for me, and it was an honor to come here to this meeting.
Thank you very much for joining us. And with this, we will move towards the next section of the program.
Are a diverse team of experts and industry professionals. In a world of complexity and opportunities, organizations are trying to make new connections and find new ways of innovating. We collaborate with our clients to understand them and help solving their complex industry issues. To optimize their solutions so they can stand out and realize long-lasting results. We offer our clients financial services, HR and business solutions, accounting services, tax and audit, among others. To know more about what Berkeley Middle East can offer you, please log to
Hi, Samia, can you hear me? Oh my God, your sound is like a robot. I can't understand anything. I guess there is internet issue. I guess let's take a short break and fix this issue, and let's move to the next section, and we will come back again.
Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Tamer Mitwalli. and I am the Dean of Berkeley Me School of Management and Science. Today, I would like to explain some exciting courses for you. First of all, there's a certified CFO that we actually offer. And if you're in the financial sector, this is a great course, especially if you want to excel, or if you're into the management, or even if you're in a CFO yourself at the moment. We provide practical case studies, and these are great for you to enhance your skills. In addition to that, it's great recognition to become also a certified CFO, which you become a specialty. So that's one thing that it's really important for that course. In addition to that, we also provide a certified CEO course. So again, if you're in a management, or if you're a general manager, or if you're in a CEO currently, again, we actually provide case studies relating to this particular management, and for you to enhance your skills, especially with problem solving, strategies, etc. In addition to that, we also provide a number of other exciting courses, such as your logistics or your chain supply management, your human resources, project management, marketing. We also have law, and we have a lot of other accounting courses as well. In addition to that, we also are very excited that we give you the opportunity, to not just becoming a certified CFO or CEO or certified human resource manager, but we also offer you the chance to conduct your masters with us, so we can offer that to you. It's only a 12 months online to complete your masters, and once you've done that, we can also offer you to complete your doctorates as well. So we offer DPA, we also offer PhD, and we also offer international doctorates and many other types of doctorates we also offer. So if you are really interested in any of these great courses, that will give you great recognition for you, and beside the recognition, it will give you that investment to enhance your skills, something that you can take back to work and to implement and to be better professional at your workplace. So if you are actually quite interested in any of these courses, please visit our website, which is berkeleyme.org, and there's all the courses structured, laid out very well. You can have all your details if you can just type your details on the inquiry page, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much, and have a great day.
So let's see who is the speaker who is going to join us. Hi, Samia. Can you hear me? I guess the issue is same. I can't see you, and your voice is coming like a robot. Yeah, sometimes because she's live from Pakistan, and sometime we face the internet issues with the speakers, and I guess let's see who's the next, so we can continue our program. Hi, Amir. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
So we're very excited to hear your thoughts for the day. Topic is really interesting. Find your wild. So I want you to please express your thoughts for the day and go ahead with your speech.
Yeah, thank you very much. So just a quick introduction about me. I am Emma Burdett. I am the founder of Wild, which is a platform for women, both existing and future leaders. It stands for Women in Leadership Deliver. And I'm also a transformational coach, which helps women step into their greatness. So what I'd really like to do today is talk about the importance of gender balance. Why do we have gender-based initiatives? What are the benefits of diversity, which is, extremely topical right now. Everyone is talking about, diversity and getting more women into leadership positions. And also how I conquered my own fears and challenges to find Wild. So the importance of gender-based initiatives is that there is actually a social and moral cause for empowering women. So women make up half of the world's population, yet we are held back in a multitude of ways. And what we know is that women are only make up 16% of leadership positions, only 3 to 4% in the C-suite. And actually, there's more white male men called John in the C-suite than there are actual women, which I think is shows you that there really is a problem with women getting them into the leadership roles and staying there. So in terms of gender balance, there's been a lot of studies done on this. Not only does it improve our economic state and contribute to the global GDP, it contributes to our societies and our economy. So, there are lots of benefits to adding women into those leadership positions. So I'd like to really go into what motivated me to really inspire and want to take women to the next level. So I'm British, I live in Dubai, and a number of years ago I used to sell software in London. And I remember I had this big meeting at a very, very large organisation, and I went in quite young, quite naive, and there was a gentleman there who I was going to meet, who refused to shake my hand and was looking behind me and asked, was I alone? Because he thought that I was going to be with a man. So I didn't really notice at the time that he was sort of acting a bit awkward because I was a woman. And I started going into my sales patter as to why this software would be amazing for the business. And he actually threw me out of his office for being just a silly girl, and what did I know for being a woman? So quite shocking story. I remember standing in Mayfair in London, really upset, really hurt. And I think there has all been a time perhaps where we have faced inequality or discrimination on some level. And it's very damaging to anybody. I then went on to have quite big confidence issues and those feelings of not enough. So that's really where my passion started, thinking I personally never wanted to experience that again, and I didn't want any other women to go through those feelings of being inadequate. So I then went through various roles, And one of my jobs in Dubai, I was asked to set up a women's empowerment platform, and had some close connections with women in leadership. And this is sort of way before diversity and gender balance was as topical as what it is now. So I set up a small group. It started with 4 women and a sheet of paper. And it really was, a CSR initiative. And I give a lot of these talks now, and there's 2 things that I always say is that diversity and gender balance is not just a trend. It's not just a tick in the box. We need to live and breathe the culture of what diversity is. And secondly, men need to do their part. Men are advocates and engineers of change for women. Plus, more women need to support other women. I see too much judgment, too much comparison, and too much jealousy. So back to the story or the keynote, I set up this small network. It got a lot of traction. We were doing amazing work with the local universities. A large part of it was to inspire younger females and to really act as role models, because there are few women in leadership, there are fewer role models, which can be part of the problem. So subsequently, the network grew to about 15, and it got a lot of recognition, a lot of success. And subsequently, my boss in the business and co-worker didn't like the success of this network. I went on to face significant workplace challenges and ended up losing my job. So it's quite ironic, seeing as I'd actually done something good for the business. Now, if you're a woman out there and, my story resonates with you, I would love to hear from you. I think that when we go through situations like this, it can cause a lot of feelings of shame, and also knocking your confidence levels. I am very open about this, but I suffered with mental health issues, anxiety, all of those things that come with having those challenges in the workplace. I then went to Thailand for my very own version of Eat, Pray, Love. If any of you have seen the book, read the book or watched the movie, it's a fantastic thing to watch. But in my own version, there was lots of eating, lots of praying, and not much loving. So I knew that I'd done something really incredible with this first women's network, and actually that there was scope in the Middle East region to do something on a wider scale. So I remember being in Thailand, burnt into cash. I hadn't worked for 6 months. I was so vulnerable and scared and had to really face my own fears, which I'm very proud of that I've now overcome. But I remember one morning getting my final no from a job offer. And I had a complete, utter breakdown. And I remember hitting my knees and I prayed for a miracle. Now, whether you are spiritual or religious or whoever your God or Allah or the universe, I really, really believe that we need to have faith. And, I had faith. I knew that there was going to be light at the end of the tunnel. And I'd been having some spiritual healing. And the lady had said to me at the time to look for the butterfly. It speaks of change and joy. And I remember thinking, what a load of old rubbish. And anyway, I had my breakdown and I was vulnerable and crying, and it was just sheer desperation. And I went outside to the breakfast hall, and there were tons of butterflies everywhere, and they were all on my arms. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, you know, is this the change? Is this the joy that I have been looking for? And I felt very aligned. You know, the last speaker spoke about alignment, and I felt very connected, very aligned. I then went to the breakfast hall and I picked up a random magazine, and there was an article about gender balance and a big statement which said, if you have the platform to make a difference, you should use it. And I was like, that's it. I'm going to go back to Dubai and I'm going to build this women's platform for me, by me. And I'm going to call it Wild because, you know, I was personally fed up of going to events that were very sterile and very contrived. And I wanted to create something which was about authenticity, about freedom, about voice, about expression, and creating a sense of belongingness. And I was compelled to write Wild from scratch, which I did. The very first event in July 2018, there were 150 women, and Wild has gone on to do incredible work. And, you know, I've also had events where we opened it up to include the men. And it was an amazing, beautiful tapestry of different race, ethnicity, culture, and religion. Because, you know, diversity is all of us together, and it is actually a celebration of one another's uniqueness. So I urge all of you to let's come together to break down the barriers and the social norms. Let us be role models paving the way, and let's all be the change that we wish to see. And lastly, I leave you with this. May you conquer your challenges, transform your fear into faith, and may you all find your wild. Thank you.
Joining us, and I guess Wild and Berkeley Me should work together for a better women development and exchange the expertise in the future. I thank you very much for joining us today, and I'm looking forward to see you more in future.
Sure, thank you very much for having me, and I urge anyone who you know, would like to join, who is looking for transformation, to you know, please get in touch.
That's amazing. So with this, we will move towards the next section of the program. Hi, Dr. Iman. Thanks for joining us today.
Hello, Dr. Sheikh. I hope all is well.
All is well in on our side. How about in Lebanon? How's things in Lebanon now?
It's excellent.
Amazing. So you are a healthcare professional, and we are very excited to have you on the show, and I'm looking forward to have your thoughts for the day. Please go ahead with it.
Excuse me, I have to fix the voice first. I would like first to thank Imtiaz for the support and the IT support in order to be able to join this session. I had some issues in the beginning. And as you mentioned exactly, I'm in the healthcare field. I'm a healthcare professional. I'm a pharmacy doctor and a consultant in pharma industry. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for for having this opportunity to meet and discuss with all the successful entrepreneurs today. And my intervention it will be brief and quick, and will tackle the topic of leadership in COVID time. As we are all witnessing, due to COVID outbreak, people around the world are facing challenges in maintaining their well-being, which can be compromised due to the risk of the illness and the harsh measures of social distancing. This new world crisis has affected many lives across the globe, and the satisfaction of the basic psychological need is becoming difficult to maintain, mostly due to the preventive measures imposed by COVID and the fear of the people themselves to get ill and to get infected. And also, I have to mention the preventive measures taken to protect us, like social distancing and complete quarantine, has a tremendous effect and important role in maintaining our well-being. These measures also left many people without jobs, and left other people working remotely in difficult conditions, or studying remotely in difficult conditions. And as you know, while all the focus and the effort was on the clinical and the epidemiological and the transmission issues of COVID, we need to understand that this pandemic did not affect only our physical health, but also it affected our mental health, which was at a certain time poorly addressed. And thanks to my fellow speakers who also tackled this point, and yourself mentioning the importance of mental health during this pandemic. And finally, also this COVID created economical burden on individuals, on societies, and on government. Our role as leaders and leaders in healthcare is to ensure that despite the tremendous pressure we're suffering, that our teams, our patients, friends, families, kids are not only surviving this difficult period, we need to ensure that all of them are surviving to thriving, which means leaders and people in charge and people who are in responsible positions should have a predefined behavior and mindset that prevent them from overreacting, and that help others to look ahead from this difficult period. So we should all, as individual leaders and persons in charge and responsibility, we should assure our communities that throughout history many pandemics occurred, and humans were able to overcome it and flourish even with less resources than we have now. I believe that building a framework of trust and confidence and cooperation in our surrounding is critical to overcome this exceptional period. And I would like to also mention something that Her Excellency did mention and describe it very well, that this is not the time for jealousy, this is not the time for competition, it's time to join forces, it's time to work hand in hand so we can reach better future, better future for ourselves, better future for our kids. And thank you.
You shared lovely thoughts, and can I to talk a little bit more about infectious diseases and the effect on women of COVID in your area? Are your experiences more mental health, and how things are moving at your side?
Actually, COVID definitely this pandemic affected the mental health as well as the physical health, and there was lots of fear of getting ill. The social distancing played also a very important role in increasing the stress, the fear, because people were isolating themselves away from their families and afraid of getting infected. The number of cases is in increase actually in Lebanon. We're not in a very good shape, whether in terms of COVID or in terms of economy. As you know, the news of Lebanon, we're trying to stand strong. We're trying to support each other. It's really a very difficult time that Lebanon is passing through. I think it's the worst. I can describe it as the worst time in my life. I lived the war. I was born during the war time. I lived it. But what we're having now is really very miserable. I perhaps take the opportunity from this interview with you, Dr. Musa, to call on all the leaders in the world to look at Lebanon with in human eyes. Yani, let's look at what's happening to Lebanon, the country in the Middle East that used to be the Switzerland of the Suisse de l'Orient. Now we're having not only COVID, we're having poor people. The economical crisis affected all the sectors. The healthcare sector is suffering. The doctors, the pharmacists, the nurses are leaving the country. Many people are now jobless. And till now, we don't understand what happened. Why this increase in the prices? Why this increase in the dollar versus the Lebanese pound? Why they are doing all this to us? And what are we paying? It's the cost of what?
It's very sorry to hear.
Political, it's not fair. If it's something we're paying on behalf of someone else, it's really also not fair. At the end, we're humans.
It's really sorry to hear about Dr. Iman. It's really sorry to hear about these things.
Exactly.
And I wish you that you are beautiful people. We have a lot of friends, and in UAE, in UK, we have a lot of Lebanese friends. They are beautiful people. They have beautiful heart, and such kind of situation. You know that the global economy is in crisis, and almost every country is under a financial stress. And if you see this World Bank and IMF, International Monetary Fund statistics, they say that the economies are in negative growth, and it's a hard time for the whole world. And your voice is very loud and clear, and I'm sure that a lot of people will listen and will try to help Lebanon, and we will also try to help Lebanon as much as we can.
Thank you.
I wish that all should be get back to normal and things get better. And may God bless you and your country. Thank you very much for joining us today.
And thank you for this opportunity, and all the best.
Thank you very much. And with this, we will move towards the next speaker of the day.
Good afternoon, everyone. And I'd like to start by saying a special thank you to Dr. Musa and Khulud for inviting me to speak to you today on the topic of women's leadership and growth. I'm Zoe Cousins, an investment professional with 35 years' experience in the financial services industry, having started my career way back in 1986 as one of the first women to work in the London Stock Exchange. During my long career, I've worked in 4 different locations around the world: London, Hong Kong, Dubai, and in my home island of Guernsey, which is a very small island but a very big offshore financial services centre. We're part of Great Britain, but very close to the coast of northern France, from where I'm speaking to you today. The majority of my career was spent as a portfolio manager, looking after high-value investment portfolios for clients of a large London investment company. In 2015, I relocated to Dubai to set up my own investment company there. And I also have 10 years board experience gained around the world, but including 4 years as a member of the UAE National Advisory Board of the Chartered Institute for Securities and Investment. I loved living in Dubai, where I became a regular speaker at several events, and I was also interviewed on Dubai Eye about the importance for women of saving and investing for their future, being one of the topics of my Women's Investment Network educational workshops. I've been fortunate to have won a number of awards, including the Wealth Briefing GCC Region Women in Wealth Management Editors Prize, and I was shortlisted for the City Wealth Power Women 2019 Woman of the Year. So I hope you'll agree that I've been on a long journey of growth and leadership myself, and I'm delighted to share some insights and ideas that I hope will be helpful to you on your own journeys. All over the world, female entrepreneurs are transforming and developing the economies where we live. As women in business, we have a lot of untapped potential, and sometimes we simply need the chance to show our leadership skills and how independent and inspirational we can be. But before setting off on your own entrepreneurial journey, it's important to clearly identify your personal goals and to tailor-make a plan to see where you are, where you want to get to, and how to get there. Making the right choice for you is the first and most important consideration. It's vital to know the reasons why you may want to become an entrepreneur. You are probably thinking about the joy and independence of working for yourself, to forge your own path rather than following another's trail, and to see your ideas brought to life can be enormously rewarding as you take control of your own destiny and fulfill your dreams. But is the grass greener on the other side? For some, entrepreneurship can actually be an unattractive proposition, characterized by frustration, disappointment, loneliness, isolation, and maybe even the potential for bankruptcy. Perhaps your personality and temperament are better suited to employment because you thrive on social interaction and would miss the banter in the office. You may be someone who prefers the clear delineation of having a start and an end to your working day, which regular employment offers, of course. And indeed, it has been shown that an absence of routine in some people can erode mental alertness. Will you be able to stay motivated if working alone? And will you use your time wisely? As women, we tend to suffer more frequent interruptions when working from home due to domestic matters such as childcare and cooking and so on. Another aspect of going it alone, of course, is the loss of perks such as expensive medical insurance. And of course, we forego the joy of receiving a regular income. So having given thoughtful consideration to the issue of employment versus entrepreneurship, if you decide it could be for you, don't live to regret not having given it a go. As if you don't try, you'll never know. And if you are considering taking the entrepreneurial route, here is my list of essentials. Number 1, finances. Learn to manage money, or the lack of it will manage you. So make sure you have a thorough understanding of issues such as cash flow, upon which the business will depend. Don't underestimate the burn rate of cash when setting up a business. In other words, we can go through cash very quickly when setting up a new business. So making a budget and making sure that you've accounted for all costs is essential. Don't waste money on unnecessary expenses. I made that mistake when I established the Women's Investment Network in Dubai. I bought lots of things that I thought would be nice to have, but they weren't essential. And that's one of the reasons that I found it more difficult than I needed.
That's amazing, Zoe. You are just a legend in the investment industry and has contributed towards this industry a lot. And your efforts for the women development, your women network is really tremendous. And we appreciate your support for the women development. So with this, let's see who is the next speaker of the day. Thanks for joining us, Kinda, today. I guess your mic is mute, so you have to unmute so we can hear you.
Hello,
Yeah.
hi, good evening. Good
Hi.
evening, everyone. I'm so blessed to be with you, and this is a very nice opportunity for me and for everyone to be all together as a woman. And we are empowered, really empowered. We have a strong, you know, strong mind, multitask. And thank you so much for having me, Mr. Musa. Yeah, thank you.
Pleasure is all mine, and it's likewise. We are equally excited, and
Yeah.
thanks for joining us today. And I would request you to please share your thoughts with the audience and enlighten them with your thoughts.
So, hi everyone. Thank you so much for your attention, for your time, for being here with me. I'm Kinda Al Katib. I'm consulting and I'm doing coaching and marketing. I love marketing. I love everything around because of sorry, very luxury place. It's in Dubai. Dubai, the place who's really giving opportunity for all women. Thank you so much for amazing, support. The digital world now. I'm a digital marketeer, and I'm here to share my, experience about like 7 or 8 years of experience with marketing and how the journey changed the women when you got married early, like me. I'm Syrian. I have got married on 16, when I was 16 years old. And this situation was not easy for me to be in this community. It's a new place with a new language. We haven't spoke English before, and we don't have enough knowledge to be like Dubai luxury. So I decided before like 10 years ago to learn English and develop myself step by step. Nothing happened quickly. Nothing happened very quick. I would like just to share with you now my presentation to see how is it's awesome to be in this community and have something like just point or some ideas about it.
I guess there's a technical issue. Let's wait for it to fix. IT team is working on it.
Are a diverse team of experts and industry professionals. In a world of complexity and opportunities, organizations are trying to make new connections and find new ways of innovating. We collaborate with our clients to understand them and help solving their complex industry issues. To optimize their solutions so they can stand out and realize long-lasting results. We offer our clients financial services, HR and business solutions, accounting services, tax and audit, among others. To know more about what Berkeley Middle East can offer you, please log to
So yes, I'm sorry for this technical issue, and I would like to share with you now my presentation to say about it. Okay, so you can hear me now clearly, and I would like to say about, like, all the situation happened to women like me before when I got married early, and I decided to just get and absorb more educational, develop myself, be the person who would like to be proud of his or herself. And I am mom also. I have a kids. Doesn't matter. What's it make me? It's think about it. It's everything is possible. The whole world said nothing impossible. So when I decide to do it, I start to develop my skills, work on it, contact with the community, attend so many volunteering with the big, huge, like Expo Now 2021. I will be with them, and it's my pleasure, like Al Jalila Foundation before, as supporting the special needs kids, and even for the young Syrian people who's in Turkey, around the world. I start to share my knowledge with them because I would like to them to develop and keep up. We are strong all together with the earning skills and educate our mind. Doesn't matter what's yesterday. I know all the world have a big issue now. But this is my message for everyone. Hear me now. Please try, don't judge. Because all ladies I faced sometimes, or some of my friends, they said, we cannot do it. It's not easy. It's hard. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't have. Now for education, you have so many courses online, like me. I'm already got so many skills from Google online, from YouTube, from some courses. Like you guys, you provide some skills and developing and training for leadership. So just we have to be human more and decide to work on ourselves, work on our skills, and start to just work as a teamwork. I know sometimes the hijab, it will stop the ladies before it's happened to me, but now we are not facing this problem. I would like to share with you also like a small tips about how you can develop yourself by just manage your time. Manage your time, wake up early, have a sleep enough, like 5-6 hours, do exercise, develop your mind, rest yourself. Don't think about tomorrow, because tomorrow it's in God's hand. It's not in our hand. Nobody knows what happened after 1 minute from now, because we are human. We don't have all the guarantee 100%. We can, stay all the life. No, the time running fast, and work smart, not hard. Work smart. Like manage everything you have it, you will find it. Sit with the people who's loving you, believing in you. Ignore this negativity and be positive. Positive vibes every day. Smile for yourself every day. Sit on your stand and say I love myself. I know I have some like skills I have to work on it, but that's doesn't matter. We are human. When I was like 5 years old, I cannot read that big article, but I got skills to learn, to develop. Always I tell my son, I have to tell you something. If you have a mistake, you don't have to fall on your face, fall on your back, and see for beautiful word. We have so many opportunity. Really, ladies, if you think about it, you can take the chance and got it. I'm lucky person, because always I'm thinking we have to do it. Even the life, it's not 100% completely, but also we have in Syrian like this tarbush, and I said, if I'm not queen, I can put this tarbush to be the boss on my skills, my mind. You cannot emphasize or impress everyone to love you. You love your skills, everything, but you have to love yourself first and stay with the positive thinking. Work on it, skills yourself, develop it, work on your body, your health, your mental health also. So many ideas to be with yourself. I know the money, it's now a big issue, but with the internet, if you have a mobile, you can use it on both side. As a digital marketer, I can advise you, you can have a money now when you have one application, $1 for each one service. You have so many service online. You can, even if you're sitting at home, I don't tell you to go and just disturb everything around you. No, just check. And if you need any help, I'm here. I'm ready to support everyone. And please don't hesitate to share with me any knowledge. I am so flexible to learn more. I love the life when give me back. And we are community. We are like a big family around the world. This is the world, and we are human. Think human, smart, and believe in yourself. And awesome world will be completely better with your skills. Learn computer. Like before 3 months ago, or some like 3 years also, I have done something with like a data analytics with a Million Arabic Coder. It's from Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid. He's sharing for all the Arabs to be a developer and coder around the world. I was really working hard. I haven't slept that much. I know you can see my eyes, but it's fine. I found my passion. I found what I love. Now I'm content creator. I have a YouTube, I have an Instagram, I have a LinkedIn, and I am on this platform of digital. Be with your passion and don't hesitate. And thank you so much for this amazing opportunity again. And I'm happy to support all the women because we are believing on each other. Thank you.
That's amazing. Your story is full of energy and learning for the youth. I guess that if someone asked me to get married at 16, I even don't know what is a marriage, how it looks. I was more interested to play cricket that time. And the way
So do
you, but
I was playing, yeah, I was playing basketball in Syrian national team, and
Mhm.
I wasn't thinking about it. But in our culture, we have to do it. We have to think. But now they change all totally.
That's fine.
It's,
I guess that
yeah,
sooner and later a woman has to get married or a man has to get married. So once you have already done this huge achievement in your life and you're moving towards a family life,
yes,
and you're trying to balance towards your professional life and your family life, and you're trying to be stay positive and
all.
working hard to achieve your goals. This is what I want to appreciate, and this is a difficult
And
job.
really,
I
I
know
appreciate
it's.
my husband always. He supports
Mhm.
me also as well, and all the
That's
community.
true. Like a support of a man is really important for a woman, and without a man is incomplete without a woman, and a woman is incomplete without a man. So it's a combination, and as God said that I have created the human being in couple. So couple is the one who is actually going to create an impact, not only a woman and not only a man. So you are blessed, you're lucky, you are in Dubai and you are
Yeah,
married, you have
alhamdulillah.
kids. I mean, 70% of your life goals has been achieved. So the 30% that you want to inspire the world with your efforts, of course, Berkeley is always here for you as a woman voice, in terms of job opportunities, in terms of business collaboration, in terms of any idea you have, you can bring it to Berkeley and they will help you, assist you to grow together. That's what is the ultimate purpose of our life, is to help others, and especially the women, because men somehow like me, we make our space. But for a woman, we always feel that she needs some support till she reaches to that point where she can make her own ways. So thank you very much for joining us
And
today.
thank you
And
so much. Thank you so much.
um,
I really appreciate it. And hopefully, all the women will deserve a better life, a beautiful life. And I love you all, ladies.
thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And with this, we will move towards the next section of the program. We have a speaker with. Hi,
Hello.
Samya. Finally, I can see you and I can hear you. Welcome in our show.
Thank you so much. It is such a huge prerogative for me. Thank you for having me here.
Amazing. And I would like you to please share your thoughts of the day.
All right, definitely. So, first of all, I would like to extend my gratitude to you and all the amazing women who have been sharing their amazing experiences with all of us and the audience. I'd like to extend my special congratulations to all those women who are making an amazing impact for making this world a better place for everyone. And I would like to say that your accomplishments and achievements not just inspire me, but so many other people who would like to work better, to work smarter, to be better at what they do, and also to have a seat at the table. So it really gives me an immense pleasure as well as pride to be here alongside with you all. That said, I'm going to talk about the topic that has been assigned to me. So, which is like, I will say that breaking down barriers through paradigm shift and leadership, building leadership capabilities. I was thinking about this, and so I thought that I will be sharing my life experiences with you all here today. In life there are moments when you simply pause, when you reflect, and when you ask yourself that, okay, how did you transform into a woman who would love for others to pursue excellence in their life and to help others to break down their barriers. So I find myself going to the beginning, to the basics, back to my fundamentals. I was born to incredible parents, I must say, amazing parents who were well ahead of their time. And as much as I remember, I always made them proud and happy about myself, or at least that's how I felt about myself. So, my brother was born after 1 year and 3 months. And nothing changed for us in terms of equal opportunities. Now, I really want to emphasize on this and highlight this for you all, because I know this might be a very different thing for some of you who would not understand that how different it is for countries where there is patriarchy. So more often than not, obviously it's an exception to for a woman to have that equal opportunity. So I feel really blessed, and that was a sort of an exception for me. My early experience of the glaring disparity between men and women came at a very young age. I belong to a middle class family, and I always aspired to be the head girl in the 10th standard. At that time, that was the kind of a dream. It felt like it's going to make my life very different when I'm going to lead. I knew I had a supporting network at my school where people were willing to cast votes for me. However, I was told by my class teacher that I should focus on my education, being the second position holder, and give up on my idea of aspiring for being a head girl, because my physique did not give an impression of a leader as opposed to men. It shook me to the core. I mean, as I think about it, I cried so much. I still remember I sort of whined that why is it different? I came back, I still remember, and I asked my mom that why is it that men are treated differently than women, and what is it which is lacking in me for me to be a leader? But anyway, it shook me to the core. I felt like it had a huge dent on my self-confidence, and it gave me a sense of purpose that day, that how I was being perceived by people outside my home, because my home was a very comfortable place for me where I never felt that kind of a difference. But that said, that was a defining moment of my life. It completely changed my mindset. It had a complete paradigm shift where I realized that I have to put in a lot many efforts to be able to be respected by others, efforts to prove myself, whatever I do, whatever profession I choose in the future. And then obviously over a course of time, now that I coach so many women within the workforce, I have found that there are three things in common which usually hamper the ability of women for them to embrace their moment of change and to achieve their moment of transformation, because that mindset is very, very important. One is the lack, I'll say, and I'll emphasize on lack of self confidence, and also lack of belief in themselves, where they think that they are not better, or maybe they need to do more, or maybe they have to sort of compete. So those, I'll say, self-limiting beliefs are those beliefs that hamper their ability to progress. And lastly, I'll say it's very difficult for women to find their own voice. While they have amazing perspectives, but it's really very difficult for them to put them across on a table, especially when there are so many other men within the same room. So I myself, from my experience, because if I sort of share my experience with you all, I mean, my experience, I've been the first woman leader in 2 organizations. I was the first one who revamped the whole human resources department into like the administration department at that point in time into human resources department. And I was the first one who chose to go outside of the office to understand client needs for their training programs. So all of this was something very, very new when I started off my journey back in 2006 within the field of human resources. And right now I am heading a company as head of human resources. So I just wanted to highlight what I've done in terms of my profession so far. So coming back and thinking and reflecting on all of it, obviously I've seen that it's very, very hard, especially when women are in a room, and if there are other men, regardless of the fact that they have their point of view, it will still be hard for them to share. So each of us, like each one of us, is going to have our own moments of change, and those changes are very, very important, because those are the points of reflection for people. And the time that is going to decide is obviously it can begin anytime, whenever you get to have your realization, whenever you come across any difficult situations. Those should be those reflecting moments. And I will say that embrace yourself wholeheartedly, and do not make any comparisons with others, or do not try to imitate the personality, style, or type of anyone else, because you are unique, you are so powerful, you are a god, you are God's gift. So you must present yourself in a manner that allows you to be respected and to be liked and loved, but at the same time have the ability to lead. And if you have an opinion, then obviously you should never shy away from not sharing it. And please don't be afraid of sharing it with others. Don't be in a room and not have your voice. Have your own voice, find your voice. And then it's so fulfilling and so I'll say enriching to allow people to have their voice at the same time, because we always rise by lifting others. And another thing I'll say, that confidence is your best accessory. Confidence is something which you should be wearing at all times, just like your jewelry. You should know yourself, and you should understand the truest, highest potential of yourself as a human being. And then secondly, as a professional, whatever you love to do, you should be able to do it. It's not just limited to maybe working somewhere or limiting yourself to any profession, but whatever you find, at least find your own sense of purpose. And the more you contribute, the more you are able to feel accomplished. And then obviously it helps the whole community to build for the better and a sustainable future. Some of the things that I'll also say is that in life, it's very important that from where you are starting, like what's the starting point, and obviously where you would like to head towards. It's not always important that you have a strategy in place, but at least, or you should, like, it's not also important to have a complete roadmap that what you are going to do at what point in time and how that is going to contribute, but some sort of a plan, a high level plan, that what's the direction, what is it that you love to do. For example, I love to nurture talent for a scalable business and a sustainable planet. So that's my sense of purpose that I have figured out over a period of time. Obviously, you should be the driver of your own destination. Nobody else is going to come and define that direction or destination. But unless and until you don't have a destination, life will continue to drive you somewhere. And you don't want to end up in that situation. You should always learn from your mistakes, because every experience, every encounter, and particularly our mistakes are those things that help shape us as a better human being, as a better person. And we should never settle for less, because settling for less means that we agree to having a mediocre life. Now, that's fine if it's a personal choice, but it should not limit your ability in terms of what you can do. Others should not be defining your potential. Others should not be defining your destination. Others should not be telling you that what sort of dreams you should be aiming for, and what are not your dreams, or what is not your place to even dream for. So from that perspective, you should always believe in your tremendous potential of success and personal excellence. I will say that all the choices that we make begin and they end from us. Like, to my point earlier, that nobody else is going to come and shape your career, your life, nobody is going to decide your journey. Yes, they can always give so many suggestions, but whether those suggestions fit in your personality, that's a question for your own self. Whether those recommendation suggestions will help you in your life, again, something for you to ask. What is it that you can do better off? What is it that you can settle for? These are important questions that you should be asking yourself, instead of being reinforced by others. So I will say that, in the end, what matters is your own personal choices about life, how you want to aspire your life. If you want to have an average life, that's also fine, because it's also a personal choice which we all should respect. But then never underestimate your potential in terms of what you can do, how best you can support your family, how best you can support your community, how best you can support your own business if you want to have your own business. So I will also say that, having a legacy is something which definitely gives a sense of purpose, which I realized very late in my career. When I still remember, when I was thinking about joining the workforce, I never intended to do so. Now, you may find it very sort of controversial statement that I'm making, but that's a fact. I just wanted to come because I wanted to prove myself. But then that day, and since like that day and this day, it's not only, I don't remember any day where, I'll not be thinking about my work. Now at this point in time, I can't even think about my life without my work. So I'll say that pave your own path, have your own legacy, dream big, give wings to your dreams, because nobody can tell you what your dreams should be all about. And in the end, I will sort of finish my conversation with a quote by Beyonce, that we as women, we need to reshape our own perception about how we view ourselves. As women, we need to step up, and we must be taking the lead. So with that, I will hand it over,
I,
unless there are any
I,
questions for me.
of course, there are a lot of questions for you because you have talked a lot about women empowerment and leadership in your talks, and we know in Pakistan it's not easy. And I mean, being a woman, I guess that if you need to go to a market, you need to accompany a brother or a husband or a father. So things are not that easy. And I mean, you are from a blessed community, but there is a lot of community who have no access to education, who has no access to healthcare, and they have their dreams are crushed day one, and there is no hope for them as well. So you are a hope for your country, and your thoughts are really inspirational. And I guess that all the women of Pakistan should follow the path of exploring themselves, believing in their dreams, try to get education, and be a voice, come in the parliaments and change this man-dominant, man-made society where women still is struggling to get her rights. So these are just my comments on your speech, and I would love to discuss a lot of things because that's my main project: how to empower women, how to strive for education, free education. I want to negotiate with the governments that go to the parliament, make a law that all women is is free to study. I mean, they don't need to worry. I mean, they will get a justice at the door, and technology has advanced. We can have video conferencing for judicial proceedings. We can send the woman law for enforcing at home. So why she should go and struggle? I mean, if someone wants to marry, download the mobile app and upload your stuff. No need to go to lawyers here and there's. And so I guess that there is a voice, and the women like you, who's educated, will definitely take up these sounds, and slowly change will come, because first is the sound and then is the action. That's how it works. Thank you very much for joining us, and I'm looking forward to see you more and more in our upcoming shows.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is such a huge prerogative, like I said. And anytime, I'm always there to support or to help and to bring those amazing thoughts that you just mentioned back to my country. I'm blessed.
Amazing. Superb. So with this, we will move towards the closing of our program. It was an interesting program. We try to bring women from across the globe who are passionate about leadership. They are themselves leader, or they are transforming themselves into leaders. They are role models, and they are following some role models. They need uh, there to empower and transfer and share their thoughts with the global audience, who's actually need a positive motivation, and the women in general need support. And I'm very excited and happy to hear these valuable thoughts from these women all the time. Those who understand, those who break the barriers and try to come out to do a business or a work, so they can generate a healthy family. Because maybe 50 years before, we live in, say, jungles. We don't have electricity, we don't have gas, we don't have electronics appliances. So maybe that time, if a woman don't work, a man can go and bring the maybe wood from the forest, and they can cultivate some agriculture to feed themselves. But life has changed. We can't go back and say we will not use electricity. Electricity as a bill, utilities as bills, and schools, kids, education, everything require money. And only men in this expensive world is not enough. So we need to develop our women to stand shoulder by shoulder. The time has changed. There was a time when woman was at home. She don't need to do anything, but now woman has to be a contributor in the family if they are looking for a better quality of life, if they are looking to explore the knowledge, communication, global travel, and globalized culture. So I guess that this is just a beginning of the change. And as more and more women will talk about opportunity to work, opportunity to study, get a quality life, free education, and the most important is we need women in parliament so they can generate some kind of bills, and they can make sure that these bills are in their favor. And this is the real ultimate change, when a woman will come in leadership in parliaments and will make laws for themselves. So with this, a great hope. I have great hopes for the future. I wish everyone stay safe and stay blessed. And I will see you next time with a new show. Till then, take care of yourself. Goodbye.